God calls us to build habits for lasting happiness by uniting our will to His. So let's learn more about the power of the will. Perhaps Victor Hugo summed up the importance of the will best. He said, "People do not lack strength, they lack will." Now, each of us has a will. That is the ability to choose. Every time we make a decision, we are exercising our will. We can choose to have either a weak will, a strong will, or a good will. A weak will leads to being overpowered by bad habits, and a strong will that simply wants to get their own way or gratify one's ego is a result of pride. A good will, on the other hand, seeks what is good, beautiful, and true, and not just for oneself, but for everyone. A good will wants what God wants and prays to the Father in the words of Jesus, "Not my will, but yours be done." When we make a choice, we are exercising our will. Consider the decision-making process of a person with a good will. The person will discern by consulting the intellect, by asking questions such as, "Is this the right thing to do? Do I need this? Is this consistent with who I am? Does doing this make me more of who I am called to be? Is this what Jesus would want?" The person will consider the appetite. Do I want this? Is now the right time? Is there something I want more? Is there something that I need that is more important? The person with the weak will avoid such questions in the first place. The strong-willed person will simply answer yes to all the questions without thinking through it, or despite answering no, do it anyway. The definition of a saint is someone whose will is so aligned with God's will that they begin to live for heaven while still here on earth. If you know the saints, you know that they are all unique. God, through His grace, helps them overcome their sins, but they do not overcome their nature. Rather, grace perfects their nature. Their temperament, their experiences, their foibles, their quirks aren't destroyed by aligning their will with God's will for them. Rather, they are redeemed and made free to contribute to making them who they are called to be. Perhaps this is what St. Paul had in mind when he wrote, "We know that in everything God works for good with those who love Him, who are called according to His purpose." Even our weakness God uses to form us and make us strong. The Lord told St. Paul, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Thus Paul concluded, "I will all the more gladly boast of my weaknesses, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." Learn how to build the habits for lasting happiness by ordering your copy of our new Ignatius Press book entitled The Willpower Advantage.